Hi students, in this video I'll be going through the 2023 O-Level Mathematics paper 1 question 16. Right, so let's read the question. So a company sells tin food. The company displays the sales figure with this chart. Okay, so they are trying to use this chart. Okay, and the message that they want to bring across is that the sales has tripled in 10 years from 2010 to 2020. Okay, so to triple in sales means to increase by a factor of 3 lah, okay? Increase by a factor of 3. Okay, so the chart shows the drawings of two geometrically similar solids. So the keyword over here is geometrically similar, meaning that these two tins over here, they have the same shape but different size. Okay, so the dimensions of the tin for 2020 is 3 times the corresponding dimensions of the tin for 2010. Okay, so let's say this small tin over here, okay, let's say it has a height of h, then this big tin over here will have a height of 3h. Okay, so the same thing will happen for the radius. If let's say the radius over here is r, then the radius over here will be 3r lah. Okay. Okay, so now they are saying that this chart is going to be misleading to people who just take a glance at the two tins and then they form a conclusion about the sales of the tin food. Okay, so what actually is wrong with this? So over here, you need to pick up on the info that they have given to you. They have given to you the info that these two tins are similar. Okay, and then because they are similar, right? Okay, we should be able to calculate out the ratio of their volume over here. Because when people look at these two tins, immediately they see the size of the tin. Okay, the size of the tin will represent the increase in the sales, right? Okay, so does this tin in 2020, the big tin, does it look like it's 3 times bigger than the 2010 tin? Okay, so one look at it, it's quite obvious that it's not going to be 3 times bigger, right? It's going to be, it seems like it's many more times bigger over here. Okay, so over here you may not be able to see the three-dimensional relationship, but at least you can see it by the area. Okay, so the area I would say, let's say like this area over here. Okay, compared to this area over here, right? Okay, this area over here. Okay, so since these two things are geometrically similar, then we will be able to form a relationship between their areas, okay, the ratio of their areas and the ratio of their dimensions. Okay, in this case, maybe the height or the radius. Okay, so what is the relationship that we know? Okay, so let's call this area area of the large tin, then this one area of the small tin. Okay, so the area of the large tin over the area of the small tin. Okay, so we know that for geometrically similar solids, the ratio of the area will be equals to the ratio of the length square, right? Okay, so we can either use the height or the radius is the same thing. Okay, so let's say we use the height, so 3h over h, right? So 3h is the height of the larger tin and h is the height of the smaller tin. Okay, then the relationship will be square. Okay, so ratio of area equals to ratio of height square. Okay, so from here we can simplify this to be 3 over 1 square. So if we work out, it will be 9 over 1. So you can see at one glance, when people look at it, okay, they immediately form the impression that in 2020, the sales has increased by 9 times because the area is now almost 9 times bigger, right? So this will be the impression that it gives people, and this is what this is why it makes the chart misleading. All right. So in this question, it's very important to be able to form this relationship, okay, or this idea that by looking at the picture, right, people will think that the sales has increased by many more times than a factor of 3. Okay, because the reality is that it increased by a factor of 3. But when people look at this picture, it seems like it's increased by much more than a factor of 3. Okay, so in writing down your answer, see, they only give you 2 lines and 1 mark to write down your answer. So within these 2 lines and 1 mark, you must be able to bring across this idea. Okay, so what we can say is that, so explain what it implies about the company's sales of tin food. So what we can say is that the chart is implying that the company's sales of tin food increased by much more than the actual increase of a factor of 3. Okay, so factor of 3 because what they want is to say that the sales has tripled, right? Okay, so to help you, okay, you can actually leave this working over here so that the examiner, while marking, they'll be able to see what is your idea, okay, behind this concept, right? So the chart is implying that the company's sale of tin food increased by much more than the actual increase of a factor of 3. Okay, what you can write down is judging by the uh, size of the size of the 2020 tin, which is approximately 9 times bigger. All right. Okay, so this is the approach to this kind of question. You need to identify roughly, okay, or rather pick out the point that this is talking about similar solids and how this area of the similar solids can lead to make the chart misleading. All right.